Hi, when life throws a curveball, it's really helpful to have a catcher's mitt. Today, instead of our class, we are here together on video. Sometimes the curveball is mine and sometimes it's yours. You can't make it to class. So this class is just a quick flow so that you have something to do when your class is not available to you. So this time it's my curveball and I am here on video instead. All right, let's just start with this idea of catching. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue our elbows to our sides and palms will face each other, but we're gonna feel our sitting bones on the chair and your feet on the ground. Good. Allowing your shoulders to relax. So the lower back is subtle, but the upper part of the spine is lengthened up. And we're simply going to turn our palms forward as though we are catching. And we're going to bring our palms or the backs of our hands to our shoulders and then just bring it back down. Good. And again, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Good. So now that we've caught that curveball, let's hold our hands as though we have a ball between them. The ball can be smaller or bigger depending on how flexible your shoulder movement is. And what I simply want you to do is turn that ball one way and turn the ball the other way. So again, these movements are both for the shoulder, but also for your breathing, for your concentration. Let's breathe in as you go one way and breathe out as you go the other way. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Good. And let's just take our palms down onto our laps. And we're going to do a little bit of an isometric. So we're going to take our palms together in prayer position. Depending again on your shoulder comfortability, you may need to leave your elbows down. If you're able, bring your elbows up. What we're going to do is we're just going to push our palms towards each other. Breathe in and hold. And breathe out and release. So we're getting a little bit more tensing through the upper part of the arm. So hugging our muscle to the bone. Breathe out. Let's do it again. So we're going to push our palms in and squeeze your buttock at the same time. You might find yourself lengthening up even further as you breathe out. Release the buttocks and release the palms. One more time. Breathe in, hold, squeeze your buttocks, push into your feet. Good. And as you breathe out, release your feet, release your buttocks, release your arms, release your hands all the way down. Now let's take a breath in with the shoulders coming up towards the ears. And as you breathe out, set the shoulders slightly back behind you and then let them settle down. Breathing in, shoulders towards the ears. Breathe out, shoulders behind you and release them down. One more time, breathe in, shoulders up. Good, and as you breathe out, shoulders slightly back and down. Nice, okay. We're gonna work the back of the arms just a little more. What I want you to do, and I'm gonna slide back a little bit, is bring yourself a little more to the front of your chair and your feet are on the ground. Now, if you have arms on your chair, it might be a little tricky. And it's really tricky if you have wheels on the chair. So you may want to pass this one by if you have wheels on your chair until you have your chair pushed against a wall. All right, so what we're going to do here is we really would just want to take our palms, it may be for you your wrists or it may be your fingertips, push it into the base of the chair, not the top of the chair, but the side of the chair that is in the front. All right, so what we're going to do is you're just going to push into the chair and release, and push into the chair and release. One more, push into the chair, hold, and then release. Good. All right, so we're done with the isometrics and we're just going to do a little bit of movement. So we're just going to raise one arm up and then float it down, raise the other arm up and float it down. Add a little movement of the wrist, so it's like you're painting with the back of the palm and then you're painting with the palm, and down and up and down. One more each side. Breathe in, breathe out, and breathe in and breathe out. Great. Now I'm going to move back further so that you can see my legs. You want to make sure you have a little room in front of you for your legs to come out in the front. There you go. I'm going to turn slightly sideways so that you can see my feet a little bit better. Okay. Now you can even see my posture. So I've got to be really careful, as you do, to keep your sitting bones on your chair, that lower part of the back rested, and the upper part of the back lengthened with the shoulders moving towards the back spine rather than forward. Okay, so what we're going to do here is you're going to take one foot, if you can do the right, lifting the heel up off the ground. Then you're going to lift the leg off the ground. You're going to touch the toes back down and bring the heel down. Let's stay with this leg. So heel up, toes down, heel down, heel up, toes up, toe down, heel down. One more time. Heel up, toes down, and heel down. And give that a little tap. Let's switch sides. So the other foot, heel up, toe up. So you're lifting that leg a little bit. Toe down, heel down. Again, heel up, toes down, heel down. One more time, heel up, toes down, and heel down. Okay, good. Give those both a little bit of a tap. So we're going to change the leg movement, but we're going to alternate this time. So we're going to lift up the heel of one foot. Then when you lift up the foot, you're going to hold it and then stretch it with a flex out in front of you. Then you're going to bring that knee back in and try to bring it toe down, heel down, although that's not as critical. And then let's just practice with the other foot. So we're going to lift heel up and toe up. So the leg comes up, flex the foot out in front of you, bend that knee back in. And if you can remember, toe down, heel down. So we're going to add the arms to it. So same arm, same leg. We're going to lift up the heel and the arm, and as you lift up the leg and straighten the leg, the arm comes out. So you're flexing both the fingertips up and the toes up. And then you're going to bring them in and down. Switch sides. Up and out and in and down. Remember, if you can, toe and then heel. Let's switch. Up and out and in and down. Up and out and in and down. Let's do one more each side. Up and out and in and down. Up and out, in and down. Good. All right, wiggle your toes a little bit. Wiggle your fingers a little bit. All right, this time we're just going to come to stand because we're going to do a couple of things standing, just like this. So to come to stand, I want you to first feel your feet push down into the ground. Feel those thighs engage, and you can actually feel it underneath your hands. So even if you don't feel like you're doing it, when you push into your feet, you should feel a little something happening here. All right, now to come to stand, you have some options. Option one is you can keep your hands on your thighs, you can push from your chair, you can have your hands up at your shoulders, but your eyes, we don't want them looking down at your feet, we want them on the horizon. So let's push through the feet, engage the thighs, eyes, try to keep them up, knees start out bent, and then straighten yourself back out. Feel both feet on the ground. Feel the undersides of the big toe, baby toe, two sides of the heels. Good, just let your arms shift so they're just by your sides. Let's breathe in and breathe out. So this is a simple mountain pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, now we want to hold on to the back of the chair. Actually, you're going to hold to the side of the chair just so you have a little bit more room for your feet. And I just want to go in a position where you can see my feet. Okay, so we're going to start with the leg that's on the outside of the chair first. So this one involves a little bit more balance because we're standing, but it's the same movement. What we're going to do is we're going to lift up the heel of the outside foot and then lift up that leg. Then you're just going to put the toe down, heel down, and switch, bringing the other heel up. Bring the leg up, toe down, heel down, and switch. Good. Up and down and switch, and up and down and switch. Slow it down. When you lift the leg, just give that belly just that little bit of like a, okay, we're working here. And take it down and switch. One more. Lift, engaging a little bit of core, even if it's just imaginary that you're not feeling it. Good. Take it down and rest there for a moment. Okay, so let's take our feet just slightly further apart. Okay, so if they've gotten too close under you, bring them to about hip distance apart. All right, we're adding on here. So we're going to still work with the outside one here. We're going to lift up the heel, lift up the toes. This time, you're going to stretch the leg out just like we did sitting. Bend it back in, take it down, and let's switch. We're going to lift and lengthen and in and down and switch. Your leg does not have to come up off the ground very high, so you can keep it nice and low. Toes out, bring it in and down. Switch once more. Up and out and in and down. Good. All right, so fun part is we're going to start to come into a warrior one, and then we'll do some modifications and adaptations here. Start with the outside leg. We're going to lift it up, flex it out, and then you're going to take your heel down first. Then take your toe down. Now, as your toe comes down, bend your knee. The back foot will pivot slightly out. Good. Sorry, there's suddenly all these shadows on the floor. I think my lighting changed. All right, we're going to shift back so the toes will come up, and then you're just going to step that back. Let's do that on the other side. We're going to lift the leg, flex up the leg, and bring the heel down. And as you bring the toes down, you can bend that front knee, pivot the back foot. So your hips basically face forward. You're getting a bit of a stretch in the leg, especially right now, the back leg. That hip can be opening. And then we're going to put the weight back again. So you lift up the front toes, lift the leg, and step it back. So I'm just going to try to change positions to see if the lighting gets any better. No, don't think so, but I will put a little more view onto my feet here. Okay. So we're going to do it again, and we're going to hold that pose a little bit longer, just so we get a little bit more of that stretch. So we're going to start by the outside leg. We're going to lift, lengthen, heel down, toes down, bend the knee, turn the back foot out a little bit, hips stay forward. If you're feeling well and balanced, you want to add a little more to this and you want to lift your arm up overhead, go ahead and do that, or you can bend it out at the side of yourself. You can't see that on the screen. Let's take a breath in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and we're going to lower the arm. If you have your arm up, lean back, toes up, and then we're going to bring that leg back in. Switch sides. So the other heel comes up, knee comes up, flex the foot, lengthen it out. It doesn't have to be a huge step, okay? It could be just a small step, heel down, toes down, bend your knee, and you can open that back foot a little bit out on an angle. Both hips face the same direction, breathing in. So I haven't switched sides on my chair, which means if you were to take the arm off, you'd have both arms off. If you want to try that and you want to balance with both arms off, go ahead. If not, just stay here. We're really working on the stretch of the legs. Let's breathe in. And then when you're ready to breathe out, toes come up, and we're going to bring that leg back. Good. All right, let's come back to sitting once more. Take your time. Bring yourself back, find your chair, eyes are up, find your seat, and sitting down. Oh, look, I have no head. I'm going to change the view of my screen once more. Okay, there, found my head. All right. So doing various moves, various movements are great. Adding a little bit of isometrics to hug muscle to bone is great, especially when we're trying to improve our bone density. And then taking those into the more dynamics of the poses is also really helpful. But for us to hold a pose for very, very long can be more counterproductive because we don't want to overstretch. You don't want to feel like you're pulling anything. What we want to be mindful of the most, though, is our alignment and posture. So once again, feel your sitting bones and your feet. And remembering to do this all through the day, whether you're sitting at a computer or you're eating or you're sitting on a couch, you know, what happens to your posture? And at the very, very least, invite those shoulder blades to squeeze towards the spine. So let's just complete by doing some finger breathing. We're going to flip our palms up if that's available to you. Take your thumbs to your pointing fingers. Let's breathe in. And as you breathe out, just slow the breath down. Feel your feet on the ground. You can close your eyes as well. Bringing your thumbs to your middle fingers, breathing in. Breathing out, slow it down. Feel your sitting bones on your chair. Thumbs to your ring fingers, breathing in. Breathing out and softening the shoulders. Thumbs to your baby fingers, breathing in. And breathing out, relax your jaw, relax your cheeks. Good. And then just open up your palms and just continue to breathe in and out. And in. And out. And just breathing on your own for a few breaths. Wiggle your toes. And if your eyes were closed, just slowly open them and coming back into the room space. And let's just bring our palms together in front of our hearts. May you have peace in your body, peace in your mind, and peace in your life.